It's a really long walk between the two ferries, isn't it? On the other side, where there's a so it's difficult coming from the ferry and finding where you go from here and how to get up onto the fells. Basically, straight off, and there's Claire. Put the poles together, and then this should lead us up to our little track. So it's not hard at all, really. Now we get to talk about what we're doing. So COVID's caused some real problems in this world, and there are ways of finding some peace and quiet. One of them is to head somewhere with reduced and restricted numbers. So today, Claire and I, hello Claire, are on Jura, where they're accepting visitors. It's a very pretty place. It's got some lovely hills, it's got some lovely beaches, and the ferries are restricting numbers of people who can come. So we know that we're not going to cause any particular problems because we're not going to get in anyone's way. And we're going to do a 24-hour trip around. Oh, there's a deer on the horizon just there. You probably can't see that. So yeah, we're going to do 24 hours on Jura. Isn't that right? So things have really opened up now, and you can see the weather's really coming in on Islay over there. But got a bit grim over that side. Anyhow, we should probably head off before we upset this dude too much. So we're just coming up now to a dam. There it is, somewhere over there. And we appear to be in a cloud. It's a bit mizzly. This is not what the forecast promised. The forecast promised dry from about 3 o'clock onwards, but hey ho. Anyway, so basically take a turn, follow another track for a couple of kilometres, and then once we're about 10k from the ferry, we can strike up the hill. We've been going about an hour and a half now. It's easy going, apart from the cloud. And then we're going to make camp, if I could talk, and put the tent up basically. If it clears, we might go up onto one of the tops and say goodbye to sunset from the top of the mountain. If not, we'll just stay in the tent and have tea. So we're currently just above my thumb at the top of that track, having come from just over the page. There we go, there's the ferry. We've popped over here. You'll have to excuse the IKEA fridge bag. And we're now looking at where to camp tonight. So these locks are probably where we're going to head to. They're northish, west facing. So we should get a nice view of the sunset tonight if the cloud lifts, but it doesn't look like it's going to lift very much. We're currently at the best part of 250 metres, 300 metres here, and we're in it. Down below 250 metres, it was better though, wasn't it? Okay, so we're probably going to try and go there. We're just going to get a bearing and yeah, cut off up the hillside, but less than a kilometre to go, so maybe half an hour, yeah, across that kind of ground. This is our first obstacle. It's a little stream in Spate. So Claire's just going to cross that and then come up this slightly dodgy little path. It's so weird not being able to see this, but the gorge is kind of broadening out. The hillside's disappeared from our side, so we think we're just coming up to the lock now. Only time will tell. It's sopping wet ground, so we might need to find somewhere slightly exposed to be able to camp, but we'll see. So we've got a relatively good pitch on the Black Diamond Beef Lake, with its bum into the wind so that we can go and get in and get warm. So here we go. Let's not do this. We do like this tent. This is the tent we used in Alaska, and it's huge. Right, it's time to set up. So we're just having a hot drink. The jet pole's back on for a dehydrated meal, which is how we've managed to travel with such small packs partly, and the weather's still grim. We think that the Met Office, MWIS and Norwegians may just have lied to us today. So about 20 past 7, we've just woken up and started getting ready for our day. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a bit of a midge issue. So we're probably not going to do the whole cooking breakfast and getting ready slowly thing. I think we're probably going to pack up everything inside the tent, dive out the tent, pack the tent into the bags and run away very, very fast. Because the midges are really bad. We might surprise a few deer doing that, because even though we're talking, there's a million deer around us as well that we can hear talking to each other. So, kind of looking forward to today. We've worked out we've only got to do 3k an hour to make it back to the ferry fine. And, yeah, we're quite happy. Here's the corrie we slept in last night. It's very pretty. There's Claire trying to put her shoes on despite the midges. There's the tent flattened. We've bailed straight out, and I don't know if you can see Claire's midge cloud here, but it's quite impressive.
There's a layer on my trousers.
Yes, it's grim up here, midge-wise, but it's lovely otherwise. And you can just about get a view out to the coast that way. Yeah, camping here would have been nice, but the wind was too high. That is our first view of the mainland, and it's well pretty. So last night we came from the ferry, which is about off the end of the map here. And we came up the track that comes around to this farm here, around past all the hydroelectric stuff and some barns, and then up the estate tracks up to this top point here. And now, last night we camped just about there next to this lock. So we're now up on this col here between these two, and this is the hill that we're actually here mostly to do, but these would be the Paps of Jura here. Now, as you can see, the lower ones are poking out from under the cloud and the higher ones aren't. I've just shown you these two hills. I've just shown you these two hills here. So what we're deciding now is whether we can be interested enough to nip around here and come up this one or not. And they're thinking that we're probably just going to go up and back down on this Corbett here, come back over these, and then continue on down the chain as planned. Then what we'll do is we'll drop down directly to the ferry from the last top. I think that's the plan for today. So Claire's got some emergency kit, I've got this stuff with me, and we're going to do a bag stash. There's not much stashing to be done. There's not many other people here. Happy, Claire? Yeah. There's not much to see up here. We're in the cloud now. This is a steep scree. Claire's plodding up the path. It looks a little bit like it might be about to clear though. We were struggling to work out why we couldn't find this thing, but it's in the world's biggest shelter. Hello, Claire.
Hi.
And weirdly, we've popped out above the cloud as well. You can barely see it because we're just popping out above, but if you look out in this direction towards Ireland, you can. Anyhow, looks like a bit of clouds going back in now. Some of us are slightly less confident on screen than others, I think. And the cloud's clearing, we got below it now as well. This is a higher level than it was at when we were last here, so it's probably all going to burn off by the time we get back to the ferry. So Claire's just walking off along the path down this steep section here, and if you're super keen-eyed you can see our packs, which are just around here. Then we're basically going over the tops to this thing at the very back here, which is above the ferry, and then we're just going to drop back down to the ferry. How you doing, Claire?
Good.
So you can see here, that's the mountain we've been up just now. There's the third of the Paps, and that's the other one that we've been aiming for just now. The weather's certainly brightening up. You can see some sunshine over there. And then the mainland's brightening up as well, actually, a little bit. The forecast is for maybe showers later, but yeah, we think we'll be all right. So yeah, how are we doing?
Oh, tired.
This is just rough terrain, isn't it, Claire?
Yeah.
It's fun going, but rough. Anyway, I'm going to show you the view. Look at that. You can see one of the big distilleries on Islay there. And this brow is where we're going to, off this ridge. We're into an area of big open moorland now. Just missed a really pretty loching up there. And there's another one here. Woo. Look at that. Kind of place you see on very, very twee Instagram pages. Anyway, so we've got a bit of a shimmy on now. And we're hopeful we're going to make it on time. Ah, look at that view. So peaceful. Ah, this waterfall's well pretty. So we've walked all the way from pretty much the back of this valley here on our little detour. We've come down the side of this lot, which has no path, lots of tussocks, knee-high tussocks as well. It's spectacularly bad ground, very pretty but spectacularly bad ground. Very boggy, lots and lots of deer though, and be careful because you might try and stand on a couple of adders like I did. And that was nearly a very interesting phone call to mountain rescue. I've stepped on an adder. It bit me. I feel a bit sick, and I'm on an island in the middle of nowhere, and I now need a helicopter, please, to Glasgow.
Glasgow's your nearest.
It's going to be the nearest place for viper venom. Nowhere stops it anymore. Anyhow, we're back on the track, and this is the track we walked in on. So easy from here. Hour and a half probably to the ferry, if that, which is just in the nick of time because the weather's just starting to deteriorate. So we're nearly back at the ferry terminal now for the Islay Jura ferry. We're just down at the ferry terminal waiting for our ferry to make the trek over to us, and we're just getting ourselves a coffee and relaxing. It's not a bad spot to sit and wait for anything to happen. Not a bad spot at all.